This video is brought to you by Squarespace. You can build websites and run your online business in this all-in-one platform. Banana dog, because that little strawberry is very capable. Oh my god! I'm getting ripped tonight.
Oh my god!
Good morning. I'm wearing some cuter clothes today, I guess, with my alpaca button-up and my plaid skirt. Decided to dress up today to feel kind of cute. Today, I want to draw a lot because I'm just feeling like I'm in that drawing mood again. And I bought these colored pencils yesterday. These are the colors I got. Zesty Lime, Rouge Permanent, Blue Pode, I cannot pronounce that, and Lavend. I feel like I already own these, but I just naturally just want these colors every time I look at colored pencils. So I'm gonna add them to my collection of colored pencils that I use once and never use again. I also got some stickers in the mail that I'm really excited for. So I have this one, which says I should read more, and it's like this glittery effect. I've been reading The Alchemist, and it's mainly because I keep saying I should read more. And so I'm reading that book, and it's very interesting so far. I'm on page 110, so I'm almost done, more than halfway done. And the next sticker is this cake one that says "No sad, eat cake." It's a clear sticker, so the text is in white. And then I also have these Mimi stickers, which I actually posted about today on my Instagram, and a lot of you were asking me if that illustration was going to be a sticker, and I'm one step ahead of you. I already have them as stickers. And this one just says "Be nice or I'll poot," and this is Mimi the skunk. If you don't know who Mimi the skunk is, it's this ceramic skunk that I bought at a vintage shop, and she is like the cutest ceramic skunk ever, so I just kind of drew her pooting. And then the last sticker I ordered was this banana dog. I forgot who, but someone wants me to name this dog Spot or Spots, something like that. But yeah, this is for Patreon for next month. And I'm pretty stoked about this. I kind of want to stick this somewhere, but I don't know where to stick it yet. But I think it's pretty cute. I don't think I would mind if Spot was a plushie. Ooh, plushie idea. I keep saying I'm gonna make plushies and then I kind of chicken out. I'll make it happen one day. Please be patient with me. I'm just very indecisive on what I want to make into a plushie. So this weekend I actually decided to do some work. I have no idea why, I just felt very productive this weekend, and so I want to show you what I did. This is for mini gallery box. I pretty much just went in and added all like the textures and shading and finalized the big print. And I also went in, please ignore my dusty screen. I went in and I finished this print as well. This one's going to be the smaller print. And I really like the way it turned out and like how vibrant the yellow is and everything. But it's pretty much supposed to be like the souffle pancake and the strawberry climbed to the top of it because that little strawberry is very capable. And I just need to finish this last one, which I changed the saying into "you don't have to bottle it all in. Peachy days are ahead," because it's going to be a peach jam and it's inside a bottle. But yeah, I need to finish this and I'm aiming to do the 3 stickers today as well. I would like to thank Squarespace for sponsoring this video. I honestly love Squarespace and have been using Squarespace for over like, I want to say 3 years now on my own, and like when they decided to sponsor me, I was super excited because I use it for a lot of things. I personally started using it as a portfolio because my teacher recommended that we all have a website. It's the easiest way for recruiters and for people that want commissions to find you, and it's a whole space that you can customize with all their various themes, and I just love how professional and easy it is to use. I also use Squarespace for my secret shop for my patrons because there's this one feature where you can password protect a page, and so only people that have the password are able to get into my secret shop and make purchases, which I find really cool. If you would like to check them out, go to squarespace.com for a free trial, and when you're ready to launch your website, go to squarespace.com/applecheeks and you can get 10% off your first purchase of a website or a domain.
Just kind of check the path.
I had another dream about you in my nap. Do you want to know what happened?
Yeah. You trust me, right?
have gotten a lot of packages at my PO box. My PO box is like half an hour away now, so the round trip going there is an hour, so I haven't really been going to check my P.O. box. But I've got some mail. Let's see what's inside this package. Cute. What is this? What is this? Who is this by? Wait, where's your name? From the UK. This is by Amelie. I'm sorry if I did that wrong. It's Amelie.make on IG. And she made me some polymer clay things with like little Totoro washi tape, which is really freaking cute. What the heck? It's little charms. What the heck? So it looks like that. And then, oh my god! This one is a magnet. I am not putting this on the fridge. This is gonna be in my room where I can see it at all times. Oh my god, look at the little chickens. Little gray one. These are so cute, and I think she also made me a jewelry piece. It's a little flower ring. Very cute. Whoa, it matches my outfit. Maybe I'll just keep wearing it today. Wow, this is really cute. Thank you so much. This is amazing. Strawberry earrings and a strawberry pin. Very cute. This is really sweet. Look how cute that is. This one's cute. Burnt toast. Y'all, I love all these apple themed things. Even though I don't really eat too many apples, I have like a whole collection of apple things now. Oh my god. These are cute. Dinner battle.
Who wins? What? I didn't know this was a battle. I would have gone harder.
Well,
look at that one meat.
Why is there only one meat?
It destroys all your little meats.
What do you mean? I have so much little meats. I spent time cutting those little meats.
Yeah, but look at that.
Oh my god.
It's just establishing its dominance.
No. How do you eat 2 packs of ramen?
Take them, some chopsticks, raise them up, put them in your mouth.
You know what's hilarious? That's exactly how I like to answer people too.
Yeah.
That's like half your day's worth of food.
And I had the serious mass.
Mm-hmm.
And I had a big breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm getting
ripped tonight. R.I.P.
Finish the song.
No, you finish it. Hello patrons, welcome back to another podcast. This one's going to be for July, and I'm currently hosting. Hello. I would like to show you something that I drew, and I'm quite proud of it. Can you see it? It's a honey bee bottle. It's a honey bee bottle. So instead of the traditional bear honey bottles, I made it into a bee. And this is gonna be one of the mini gallery box stickers, and I'm working on this one right now. This one is an apple and orange juice besties sticker. I am debating if I want to make this one into one of the mini gallery box stickers, because I just feel like it looks really cute and it's like the same type of style as the rest of the works I did, but at the same time, like, maybe I should just draw a new one, because that one's also an old drawing that I did. But it matches the vibe really well.
When I'm 25, I want to buy a Fender Rhodes that's only mine, and the perfect pair
And it seems like we were all pretty excited about it.
We all get one bite.
Lewis,
That's fine.
done the little one. Go on.
I got you.
You're so helpful. That's it. I ordered a lot.
Oh my god,
myself.
so cool.
Keep it.
Thank you.
It's for you.
I'm gonna frame it forever. Look
I'll
at
see it.
It's just an envelope.
Dude, this is the.
Where are your pockets?
I can't. It's so cute.
There's one.
Yeah. Heavy lifting.
If I were to be a dog, I'd be a lapdog.
You look like a chef.
Thank you.
That is too
Wow.
If it fits bad, then I just want plain Oreo.
Oh, did Jeff and Michael update you what time they think they'll be here? You need to buy lemon juice. Donate it to our fridge.
Hello, I am voiceover Tiffany coming to you live from my desk, but I'm just cutting out paper right now. This is from the Arches watercolor, I believe cold press, I think. I usually take a knife to kind of cut the paper out because they kind of glue the edges together, and then I trim it on my guillotine. I usually do 3 pieces for my patrons. I have 3 originals patrons right now. I like to limit it to 3 because I think if I do any more originals for that month, it's just way too much stress on me. I feel like I always have a stress of making those originals, and when there's too many of them, I just get overwhelmed. So I think 3 is the magic number. And first, going in with a little sketch. I typically don't sketch a lot of my pieces if you've seen like my previous draw with me's, but I usually just go straight in with like Posca markers and kind of draw and color in at the same time. But recently I have found more fun in like just using a pencil and lightly sketching out shapes just so I can plan things better for like composition and stuff. I'm actually referencing off of a few Pinterest pictures. I don't usually like copy the Pinterest pictures like exactly. I like to change the colors, the composition, and I definitely like simplify it a lot because the reference that I'm looking at right now is actually supposed to be like a realistic, or it is a picture. It's not a drawing or anything. It's like straight up a picture of flowers in a vase. And so I like to use that as a base to stylize my pieces, and it's actually been a long time since I've drawn traditionally, and I've been doing a lot of digital work recently because a lot of it is like client work, which kind of has to be digitized, and I work better digitally for client work and things of that nature. But for my personal work, I do a lot of traditional work because I just love the feeling of like the textures I can make out of the paint and just being able to like feel what I'm doing. And I've always kind of felt that way. I feel like sometimes digital art to me doesn't feel like art. Like it feels very work-like. I don't know. Does anyone else feel this way where like when you draw digitally, it just kind of feels like you're typing an essay in a way, but like when you're drawing on like paper with paints and stuff, it's kind of like a miniature version of like grabbing paint with your hand and like slapping it across like a whole wall, and it just feels so like loose and energetic and nice. And yes, that was not a really good way of explaining how I feel. I don't know, I just feel that way. Like it just feels so much more fulfilling to me drawing traditionally, which is why I feel like I've been in such a funk for so long, because, you know, I've been drawing a lot of digital work and it's been quite a while since I picked up like paints and gouache and stuff like that. I definitely, like, after drawing these pieces, I wanted to paint more, but it's just a part of me just always lacks that energy to find the time to do things like this. Even though I know I enjoy it, to me it feels like a whole process, like setting up the paints, getting all your brushes, and just like putting everything together. And I think because I'm typically the type of person that likes to keep my room and my space very orderly at all times, this like sudden chaos I feel like has to be contained in a certain area, and it has to be like cleaned up almost immediately after, or if not immediately, maybe like the next day. Maybe what I should do is I should just have one table in my room where I allow myself to just be messy and just like have all my paints spread out everywhere. When I feel like drawing, I could just like sit down and immediately start drawing without thinking. That way it doesn't like interfere with my other work, but I have a space where I can just like be messy. I'm always like organized and my brain is always moving efficiently, and to me like painting is a very inefficient thing to do. I should have a space to do whatever I want to do and just like have fun and like go ham, paint all I want. Ooh, now that really makes me want to just get like a giant piece of canvas and just like add to that piece of canvas every day. Maybe I should do that. Maybe I should get a big piece of canvas. If only I stopped making excuses for saying that I'm too busy for things like this and actually do it. I feel like I would be pretty happy. And like maybe my housemates could also join me and like help me draw a little on there. I tend to get a lot of questions asking me like how I choose my colors and things like that. To be honest with you, I don't think I have a good answer to that, because I feel like a lot of my color theory and things I've learned and like my preferences with color all came from just experience of like so much painting, so much like buying different types of colors, different types of like materials to finally figure out like what naturally comes to me. So in my drawing wise, as I was talking about earlier, it's very like logic based, but my color wise I feel like it's very like intuition based. I never really plan out colors beforehand. I actually really dislike doing those like color thumbnails because I feel like to me it feels very stiff, like choosing colors manually and kind of like making thumbnails, versus like when I sketch like composition wise, I have to do very, very loose, like tiny thumbnails to feel out the composition, because if not, I just like think too hard about it and the composition gets way too stiff and it looks very awkward. So it's like, I don't know, my brain is just so weird. Like color wise, I'm very intuition based. Composition wise, I'm very not intuition based. I am just clashing in every way. But yeah, so for color theory, I mean, I think I would just learn basic color theory, you know, like complementary colors, triadic, stuff like that. Just dip your toes into a little bit of that type of stuff. You know, you can like Google these things really easily, like everything's like very accessible on the internet these days. But as for like choosing colors, to me it really is just based off of preference and what I personally like seeing. I tell people that like I have very warm reds and very like blue greens, if that makes sense. So like I personally really like teal instead of using green, and for like reds I use more of like a poppy red or like a coral color, and that's just like my vibe. And I think because I naturally just like use those colors a lot, it just becomes part of my artwork. Like you can see right here, I was mixing a little bit of yellow into my red, and that makes it more of an orangey hue versus like just straight up red. And yeah. Oh, also limited palette all the way. Like literally the best way to make the best color palettes is just try limiting it to like 3 colors and then maybe add like a few more afterwards when you're feeling more confident. but I would always choose like different values and just stick with that, you know? Like, for example, I really like using triadic, which is blue, yellow, and red. And with these three colors, I usually use blue for my dark colors to make a lot of contrast. I use my yellows for like the lighter areas, and then like my reds are like mid-tones, for example. And then maybe I'll add like a white to, you know, brighten some areas, or just use it as highlights. And yeah, but definitely just try experimenting. Color is very unique to each artist, and I think like exploring color is just as important as exploring your voice, because color in itself can be your voice. I've seen a lot of artists where they don't really focus on having a specific voice or style in their work, but once you see their colors, you immediately know that that's the artist that's, you know, painting it, because they have like very specific taste in color. I have no idea how I just went on like a whole conversation of color, but I hope you enjoyed my little TED talk about color. Right now I'm adding in some details with colored pencils. I honestly, colored pencils in me are like a hit and miss. When I put the first stroke of colored pencil down, I wasn't that happy with it, I'll have to be honest. Like, I think because the paper was so textured and the colored pencil wasn't, I guess, like juicy enough, it wasn't like soft enough to make a crisp, like really crisp line. It just didn't vibe with me as well. For someone that like really loves hard edges like I do, colored pencils just kind of like, it gets on my nerves sometimes. Like, I just don't know how to use them properly. So when I use colored pencils, it tends to look a lot looser than I intended it to be. So I definitely use colored pencils more for sketchbook work and less for like final pieces, which is fine because these are studies and I wasn't like trying to be extremely perfect with it. I was just trying to dip my toes back into, you know, drawing and painting again. But when I implement colored pencils into my paintings, I usually like to try to find the same color, but maybe like it's a little bit different in value. So like, for example, the blue I'm using right now is very similar to the blue I painted with. It's just a little bit darker in value, and so that's why it's like so much more cohesive. Ooh, and right here, this is what I'm talking about. Okay, right here I'm using a Prismacolor pencil, and do you see how like juicy this pencil is? It's like going on like a buttery texture, and it's just gliding on. Like, you can see the color very clearly. It's still not like super sharp, but because it's so buttery, I'm like forgiving it. Like, I'm accepting this pencil because of how buttery it looks and how nice it looks on the paper. I think it really has to do with the color pencil itself, and maybe I should just go with Prismacolors. I think the other pencils that I've been using is like Polychromos Pencils, which I bought a lot of them, and I don't really like the texture. It's always a struggle for me to find really good color pencils that I like, just because it's such a struggle. Maybe I should get more Prismacolor pencils, because I know Leah Lexon uses a lot of them, and there must be a reason why she only uses Prismacolor pencils. Like, they must be like really good. I actually have a whole box at home. I don't know why I don't use those. I've just been buying individual colors. Anyways, I'll explore that on my own on another time. The last thing I usually do for my paintings are like little details. I like to put little like dots as kind of like texture elements to the piece, just so that it kind of finalizes the piece a little bit more, doesn't make it look too like solid, kind of breaks up the space. And yeah, this flower piece right here like definitely reminds me of something that Jisupi would make, and I'm digging it. Maybe it's because of the color palette, also like the really like solid flower vase. Like, her work is very solid. Did I just call her work solid? I mean, it is very solid, but like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, she just has very structured shapes as well. I think her style is kind of similar to mine, where we kind of really like those hard edges, but hers is a lot more loose than mine, which I like because it gives it like texture and like that kind of human touch to it. But yeah, definitely think this looks like something that Jisupi would draw. and I was kind of surprised when it came out, and I'm like, am I G Soupy now? I'm a G Soupy clone. Honestly, this is probably the most fun I've had painting and drawing in such a long time, so I'm definitely gonna get back on that traditional game. If not on like pieces like this, maybe I'll just do more sketchbook work, which I actually have been doing. Recently my roommates and I have been waking up at like 7:20 a.m. because Andrew wakes up at 7:20 for work because he's still running on East Coast time, and we decided like we've recently been feeling very heavy. We've been like waking up feeling like 1,000 pounds, and we think it's because we're waking up so late in the day and also sleeping so much that our bodies just feel so heavy. So we're all kind of just trying to acclimate ourselves to like this new routine. We're trying to be more productive. We're trying to get our shit together, you know. I think when there's a group of people doing things together, it tends to be a lot more successful than like doing it yourself, because if other people are kind of like doing one thing, you kind of, you know, you feel FOMO if you're not doing it. So like we kind of keep each other accountable. Recently we've been doing these like Korean warm-up stretches where I don't know, in Asia, or at least in China, Taiwan, and Korea as I know of now, when kids go to school, they like show up early in the morning, line up, and they all do like these very cute like marching stretch thingies. I don't know if anyone knows what I'm talking about. I don't know if it's 仰卧起坐or like something like that. I think my mom has talked about it before, but yeah, we've been doing that to kind of wake up our system early in the morning. And then we spend like maybe half an hour journaling together, but I recently kind of also start sketching. So sometimes I'll journal, sometimes I'll sketch, and it'll be in my sketchbook with a bunch of colored pencils around me, and I feel very good about it. So let's see how long we can keep this up. I'm hoping we can keep doing this because I definitely feel a lot more awake and a lot less heavier. I'm really happy with how the final piece looks. I think it's so cool how all three have like similar colors, so it looks like a set, which makes me very happy. Here I am immediately cleaning up my space, as I was talking about earlier, because I can't leave a mess. It just makes me anxious. It's too messy. And this is actually the end of the vlog. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week, and I hope you're doing great. Remember to sleep and drink water and feed yourself and have fun, as well as work hard and be productive if you can. If you can't, that is also fine. And I'll see you in my next vlog. Goodbye!